Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to the part 10 of Python Pandas tutorial series. In this section, we will talk about how to deal with text data or textual data in Pandas data frame object. So without any further delay, let's get started. Series and index are equipped with a set of string processing methods that make it easy to operate on each element of array. Perhaps most importantly, this method exclude missing or non-value automatically. These are accessed by a string attribute, which we will see in a minute. So here we have imported pandas and numpy and create a series S here which has 8 elements, and this is how it look like. So the first thing is that we will first grab the string attribute of the series. So here we will say, by the way, you can also perform the similar action using data frame object of the pandas, but here we will see the example in series. So first we will grab the string attribute of the series S. And then the next thing which probably we can do is very simple. We will change each element of the string into uppercase letter by using this upper method. And if I will just go ahead and run it, it will return a new series where each element of that series is now of uppercase letter. Cool. So next thing which we will see, we will split uh, the each element of the series. How we gonna split it? Now we will grab this string attribute again, str, and then we will pass or access this split method. And within the parenthesis, we can pass wherever you find space, split it, or by default, if you don't provide anything, we'll still do the same thing. So if I will just go ahead and run it, but it will return a new data frame. Let's name it as S2. Now if I will just go ahead and run it, you will see, oops, there's a problem here. It's split, S-P-L-I-T. Now if I will just go ahead and run, you will see it actually split each element of this string with a space, and then you get a series as a return as an output where each element of the series is a list. Okay. Now by using this get method, or you can even use open and close square bracket to grab the elements of this split list. So for example, if you want to access or grab the first element of this series, because it's a series of the list, and you want to access the first element of the list of each of the element, then you can say s.str, and you do the similar thing, split. You can pass space, or even if you don't provide anything, it will do the same thing as previous. Then you can also, again, you have to grab the str attribute and then use this get method to get the element. If I will pass the index 0, that means I will grab the first element of the list of this split method. Now if I will just go ahead and run it, you can see you are getting the first element. The same thing you can do it by using this open and square bracket. So instead of this one, if I will just do this and pass 0 as an index, it will still do the same thing as previous. It is also easy to expand this to return a data frame using this expand method, expand attribute. So here what I will do exact same thing, str s.str.split, and I'm passing the argument, the first argument with which I would like to split each element of the series. Then the second argument I will say expand, and in the expand argument I will say it's equal to true. Okay, Now if I will just go ahead and run it, you will see now you get uh, same thing as here, but rather than each element is a list, here you are getting each element as a data frame. uh, you know each element in the series, in the rows of that data frame. Now it is also possible to limit the number of split. For example, you can say n equal to 1, but we will not see the example. It's very intuitive, huh? You can do it by yourself. So enough about the split. Now let's look into how we can use this replace string. Okay, so we we have to do the same thing. That means we have to grab this str attribute, then say s dot replace. So we have to grab this replace method from the string attribute of a series, then say replace. Let's say I want to replace this tag with none. Okay, and I will say case equal to false. You can also say case equal to true, and regular reflection is equal to false also. By default, this replace is regular expression, but you can say is equal to true or false depending upon your requirement. Okay, here the spelling is wrong. Cool. Now if I will just go ahead and run it, you will see now earlier we have a tag was present somewhere between deep blue water, I believe. Yes, deep blue water. But right now I'm replacing these tags with none. So that's why there is you're getting as deep blue water as a one element. So now we will see how to do the concatenation. There are several ways to do it, and they all based on this one method, which is cat, which we will see in a minute. And first we will see how we can concatenate a string series into a string. If So typically we do it by using this cat method, and here we will see the example. We will create a series, let's say s again, and here I will say pd dot series, and here I will pass the list a, b, c, and d. Now I can use s dot str, so I'm grabbing the string attribute, then I will grabbing the cat method, and I'm passing the argument sep is equal to none. So I'm saying do the concatenation and don't put any space between each element of the series. Now if I will just go ahead and run it, you will get A, B, C, D as an output without any space. Note, by default missing value are ignored. Okay, using this any rip, they can be given a representation. uh, to give you a bit of example, so here let me create a series, and instead of C I will say np dot nan. Okay, now if I will just go ahead and run it as it is, you will see this by default C is not present. Okay, but if I want to like replace the value of the nan with something else, here I can use another argument na dot rep, and here let's say I will pass wherever you will find nan, put a tag instead. Now if I will just go ahead and run it, you will see you get a tag instead of nan in the position of C. We can also do the concatenation with another list and create a new series, and we will use the same cat method, and we can see the example here. We will do the same thing, s dot str dot cat, and as a first argument we will provide a list which we want to do the concatenation. But you have to remember, this length of this list or the series which you're going to pass as an argument has to be the same length as the series S. So here we will provide a list which has length 4, A, B, capital A, B, C, and D. And like previous, if we find any nan value, please replace it with a tag. Okay, now if I will just go ahead and run it, you will see each element of the series S is concatenate with the list, each element of the list which we have provided as an input. So these are some basic string operation what you can perform, but pandas provide a list of this kind of uh, methods, string methods, which you can perform on the strings. I will provide all the links in the website for the further reading. Please go through it. And if you have any question, as usual, feel free to drop your questions, comment in the comment section. Or else, thanks for watching. Thanks for all your likes and subscription. Until next time. Cheers.